meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Councilmember Johnson is absent. Approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or changes to the?
I have one. I would like to make a motion that we add item 8B under unfinished business, the sales tax question. The sales tax question?
Okay, we got one addition to the sales tax. Any other changes or corrections?
Nope.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda with that addition?
So moved.
A motion by
Second.
Dave, second by Heidi. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. Approval of the minutes of the August 15th, 2018 regular meeting. Is there any changes, corrections?
I have a couple things that I want to take care of.
Okay.
Let's see, 9A. We have a statement in here about paragraph 1. An opportunity exists to merge the PUC back into the city. As I said before, it wasn't part of the city, and I think the word back should be stricken. The discussion was simply about merging it.
Oh, merging into the
Merging
city.
into the city as
Okay.
opposed to back into the city.
Okay, yep. Okay. Eliminate the word back on non-A.
In paragraph 2, it says the city established the commission in 1989. That's not actually accurate. It should be reaffirmed it. It was actually established in 1918.
Okay, so instead of established.
Instead of established, it should say reaffirmed, yep.
Okay. Any other changes?
Just one more little one here. On 9C, we have a list of things that were, that were listed about after the comprehensive plan. And I think it should say information also, information only like it does under B. We didn't have any discussion about it. It was just listed, so.
Information, okay. Just add the information.
Just say
only.
information only, yep.
Okay.
Do you wish then to strike also the 9A paragraph 3, transferring the powers back to the city as well?
Which one?
9 paragraph C, 9A paragraph C.
9A.
Or 9A paragraph 3, sorry.
I suppose that would be true. It would probably take out the back there too.
Okay, on the first.
Yeah, on the third paragraph, first line where it says
First
transfer the
sentence,
powers
it
back.
says
It should
transferring
say
the
transfer
powers
the
back to
powers
the
to the
city.
city.
Just eliminate that.
Excuse me, what was the thing with item 9C that you wanted to add?
Only to add, there was nothing about a disposition, and I think it should say information only. No action was taken, no discussion was held, just a listing, so.
Similar to 9B.
Yeah, just like 9B has information only.
Right. Okay, and the other one was in 9A, third paragraph, first
9A, the
sentence.
third paragraph, yeah, the back again.
Any other changes? Corrections?
Oh, I'm going to do one. This isn't a change, but I think it's a clarification, and I think maybe this is the place to put it. I have heard on the street that it's being said that the utility fired Superintendent Hessian, and it's being said specifically that you said it. And I watched the meeting minutes. You did not say that.
Oh, I did not say
And
that.
I think I want to clarify that because it's out on the street now. No, he did not get fired. The position was eliminated, and he resigned prior to that. And you did not say he got fired. So,
Thank you for having my back on that one. That's good. So. Okay, any other changes, corrections, any clarification? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the August 15th, 2018 regular meeting with those changes?
so moved.
Motion by Dave, do I have a second?
A second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. This now brings us to our public open forum. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Call a third time. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Our public open forum is now closed. We have no public hearings. This now brings us to the reports and presentations. EDA report, Vicki?
So the EDA met today at noon on regular session. They had 2 items that they discussed on their agenda. The first one was a SCDP loan, which is the Small Cities Development Program. And they were discussing a loan to a business moving into the former China Star restaurant downtown. They did give approval to move forward to the next steps. The loan is to correct health and safety and energy efficiency issues with the building. And this is the Small Cities grant that the city did in 2005 and 2006. This is money that has been paid back to the city that now can be reloaned out. This building is one of the few downtown that did not receive funding in the initial round, so now they are eligible to apply. And the second thing that they had discussion on was they did receive the preliminary layout from the potential developer for the Railroad Avenue property. And based on the layout that they saw, they have requested that the developer present a purchase agreement to the city for that property. So we've reached out to them to do that. So those are 2 items that you'll be seeing at city council level down the road. And other than that, they had no other agenda items to discuss.
Okay. Questions?
One just for clarification. So on the small city development grant, if a property has received such a grant in the past?
This
that
property
is
did not.
No,
This-
but if it had, so properties that received such a grant couldn't have a second one later?
No, what it is it's a combination of the grant and the deferred loan. And if the property is still under the same ownership that it was before, then they would still owe that money back to the city. So then we can't loan them more money until
Okay.
that's paid back.
Okay,
And if it has been paid back, they would be eligible. However, this money is to correct energy efficiencies and health and safety, and hopefully we fixed those things the first time around,
okay.
and they didn't create more.
I was just clarifying that,
Yeah.
when you made that comment, I thought, oh, so if they get it once, that property is never eligible again?
No.
Only if they
I
haven't paid
probably
it back?
should
Okay.
probably, thanks for clarifying there for us, so.
Any other questions? Okay. Public Works Department report?
We had some things, activities of the Public Works Department that have been ongoing, so you've probably heard some of these before. They did complete the repair of the storm sewer break on Lincoln Loop, so if you drive up there, you'll see the fresh tar that's all been put back. They will be shutting down the splash pad for the season, so that's that time of the year already. Starting to do the salt sand and the prepping, and then we will be taking delivery of the salt in the coming days, and they'll be getting ready for winter there. We have finalized the review of the street sign purchases, and also we talked about quotes for the arena windows and the arena doors. And so those are all things that'll be coming forward. I believe it's Monday they'll be starting the Dura patching in combination with MnDOT. We'll have a MnDOT truck and driver and equipment, and they'll be trying the Dura patch out both around manholes and then a test patch on Hickman Drive. Flower baskets are ready to come down already, so if you see those coming down, we've already been requested that they're getting kind of droopy, so they'll be coming out of there. They are scheduling blowing out the sprinkler systems already, and also they're working on obtaining some estimates for other future equipment. We're kind of drilling down for our capital improvement plan. And then also they did assist with a cleanup oil spill that occurred over here on Sinclair Lewis and Ash a couple weeks ago, so that's all been finalized. And I'm sure there's more, but I did go on vacation for a little while, so I'll be meeting with the Public Works again tomorrow morning at 6:30, and so we'll just keep doing that until we have the new person in place. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do, Vicki. Somebody asked me, on these hanging baskets, what do they water them with? Is it just plain water from the city here, or
No,
is it?
the water has fertilizer in it.
Ah, okay. Okay, appreciate that. Thank you.
You bet.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll then move on to our action items. Approve the park board appointment.
So the City Council, you approved the resignation of Mark Magidson on March 7th of 2018. Since that time, there's been a vacancy on the board. This vacant term actually expires on December 31st, and then we could renew it at that time. We have received 2 applicants for that, and so they are Michael Gardner and Sarah Meyer. They are in your packet, and I believe the mayor has a recommendation, but both of their applications are in the packet for your review. So our request is to appoint one of the 2 to the Park Board for the remaining term effective September 5th and expiring December 31st.
This is one of the situations where we've had more than one name, so it's kind of like we do some review on them. My recommendation would be to appoint Sarah Meyer. If the council has anyone else.
I would recommend Michael Gardner. I know Michael, and he's here,
Okay,
and I've known him for some time. He's very, very straightforward. I think he'd do a good job.
okay.
If we were to go strictly by dates of application, Mike was the first to submit interest as well.
All right. Just out of curiosity, I'm sure there's going to be an opening in just a couple more months. Maybe
Right.
2
True.
openings, and
Yeah.
we often struggle to find applicants.
Right, yes, so basically, you can go by my appointment, or if someone wants to make a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for Michael Gardner.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to appoint Michael Gardner. Any other discussion? Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. Approve EMT appointments.
Kathy Strufert, the ambulance director, she's submitted the following for advancement to EMT status, and I did attach her request into the packet. I don't need to read the whole thing, but she talks about the 3 candidates who are Neil Rohde, Gina Eggert, and Ben Klink. They've both been they've been on the service since May and February. So May of 16 and February of 16, but they've all had met the requirements of the number of patient contacts, and they're very familiar with the ambulance service because they've been there. Gina and Neil were actually prior EMTs before coming to the city, and Ben actually started as a driver, so he's been with the service for quite some time. So all 3 of these probationary EMTs, she states, have proven themselves to be valuable assets to the service. They pick up extra shifts, they call in for backup, and pitch in where needed. So it is her recommendation that you approve the appointments to regular EMTB Level 1 status effective September 1st, 2018.
Questions? Concerns? Do I have a motion to approve the appointments of Neil Rohde, Gina Eggert, and Ben Klink to EMTB Level 1 status effective September 1, 2018?
So moved.
A motion
Second.
by Heidi, second by Diane. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. 7C, approve appointment of Public Works Supervisor.
The interviews were conducted on Tuesday, September 4th, to fill the vacant Public Works Supervisor position. 7 candidates were interviewed, Warren Stone, Heidi Leach, it was Gary Middendorf, he's from Melrose Public Works, and myself. Following the interview, I was to reach out to the selected candidate to determine if interest still existed and to offer the position. I did offer the position to Ben Klink, who has accepted. He did request that the vacation accrual start with 2 weeks rather than the 1 week. Usually they'd have 1 week for the first year, but he'd already had some pre-planned things going on. So the request of the committee is to appoint Ben Klink as Public Works Supervisor at Step 1 of the pay scale, Year 2 of vacation accrual scale, and contingent upon successful background check and 6-month probationary period. So that is the recommendation at this time.
Questions?
I'd like to thank the
Concerns?
committee for meeting with all these people. Good job. Good choice.
Do I have a motion to appoint Ben Klink as the Public Works Supervisor?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane.
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, None against. Do we have a start date for,
He's going to start October 1st.
okay. 7D, approve resolution 2018-68, calling a hearing on proposed assessments for unpaid city and utility service charges.
The attached resolution that you have in your packet calls for the hearing of assessment on unpaid utilities. This is very routine, something that we do every year. All property owners will be notified of the meeting and the amount of their assessment. We are recommending the hearing date be scheduled for October 17th, 2018. So following the approval of this, then we will update our accounts receivable, and then we will send notifications to those that would be certified or recommended to be certified to taxes, and they will be sent a notification. So we're requesting to approve resolution 2018-68, calling the hearing on assessment.
Questions, comments? This is a yearly
Thing, yep.
So, do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-68, calling the hearing on assessment?
So moved.
We have a motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. 7E, approve resolution 2018-69, calling a hearing on proposed assessments 2018 North Project.
With that North project well underway, we need to meet the requirements for funding of the 2018A Project Improvement Bond. The public hearing for the adoption of the final assessment for the North project should be completed so it can be forwarded to Stearns County for inclusion on property tax statements for 2019. The attached resolution calls for the public hearing as well to be on October 17th. All property owners will be notified of their individual proposed assessment prior to the meeting. So we're looking to approve resolution 2018-69, calling for the public hearing on assessments for the North project.
Questions? Comments?
On this resolution,
I have the 18th instead of the
18th, that
17th.
should be the 17th.
Should be the
though. Yeah,
17th,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
All right. I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Diane to approve resolution 2018-69, calling for the public hearing on assessments for the North project. Do I have a second?
A second.
Second by Heidi. Any other comments? Everyone know where that change on the
Yep.
date was?
Yep.
Okay. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. 7F, approve resolution 2018-70, calling a hearing on proposed assessments, Getty Street.
And this is very much the same as the one that we just passed. This is just for the Getty Street portion of the project. So this resolution 2018-70 calls for the public hearing on assessments for the Getty Street project, October 17th, 2018. So we're actually going to have 3 public hearings that night. So we'll be probably quite crowded at the beginning of the meeting, and then it'll
Okay.
go off. So we're looking for approval of resolution 2018-70, and that one has also been corrected to say the 17th.
On the date, okay. Questions, concerns? Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-70, calling for the public hearing on assessments for the Getty Street project?
So moved.
Motion by Dave, do I have a second?
A second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. 7G, approved pay application number 5, airport project, Kramer Excavating.
Pay request number 5 has been received for the airport runway project. All construction has been completed as of this date. There will be one additional payment of retainage to the contractor once all the paperwork has been received back from him. Those would be the IC-134 form and the lien waivers and all that kind of thing that we need to get from the contractor. The payment that is due at this payment is $81,879.20. So we're requesting the pay request approval for number 5 to Kramer Trucking and Excavating for that amount.
Questions?
That's final payment?
This, except for the retainage, that's the only thing
Okay.
that would be left, which the retainage is $38,999.80. And then we'll be able to close out that project.
Numbers come out, Dave?
Yeah, they look all right, yeah.
Okay, all right. Do I have a motion to approve pay request number 5 to Kramer Trucking and Excavating for $81,879.20?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. Approved pay application number 2, Getty Street.
This
Molitor Excavating.
is the second request that we've had for Getty Street. This is for Molitor Excavating for the Getty Street project. Completed to date is $164,699.57. We had previously paid $101,481.84, and then minus the retainage, leaving an amount due of $54,982.75. So that's what we're requesting, to pay that amount to Molitor Excavating for Getty Street project for pay request number 2.
Questions, concerns? Do I have a motion to approve pay request number 2 to Molitor Excavating for Getty Street project?
So moved.
Motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. 7I, approve resolution 2018-71, authorizing execution of grant agreement.
The documentation for the airport entrance road paving project has been received and is ready for execution. I did attach to your project the MnDOT grant agreement. The project cost is $127,727. The committed funding for the project is federally $114,954, state $6,386.50, and city $6,386.50. So that will reconstruct or pave the entrance road to the airport. So we are looking for approval of Resolution 2018-71, authorizing the execution of the grant documents.
Comments? Concerns? Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-71, authorizing execution of grant documents?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, second.
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. Unfinished business, 2018 capital improvement project progress report. Keith?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Start with the North Project. North Project's going very well. Everything is on schedule at this point. Happy to report sanitary sewer, water main services for this year's phase is complete as of today. Only about 1 day left of storm sewer, and then all the pipe work will be completed, and that's scheduled by the end of the week. That'll all be done. I'm sure you've been by there. Most of the curb work has been completed at this point. They're working on sidewalks and those kinds of things in the street. So that's what you'll see starting to really ramp up from there. We're anticipating paving about 2 weeks for that first phase to be completed, and it'll just be, seeding, that kind of stuff after that. So it's wrapping up, and that one will be finished. But things are going quite well. We have a pond that needs to get dug, 2 of them, as a matter of fact. So that's causing a little consternation on Main Street there. But if we have to, we'll have to dig something in the right-of-way there, and just so we've got some drainage. And so we've got, we sort of got a plan B if we have to do something and things just aren't getting done as we had hoped from the private side there. So, but that's kind of the one clinker that's hanging out there.
Okay. Questions on that project? Okay. Getty Street?
Getty Street, that project is kind of ramping up a little bit. We basically have a little bit of curb work to be done on the driveways at Gopher Prairie, and there's 2 driveways for the assisted living. So we've done half of the one and one of the driveways and the other just to maintain access. So another couple days of getting the rest of the other half of those driveways in. And then there'll be some final grading along the shoulders, and paving is scheduled for end of next week for the first lift in through there. So that's just really final grading and seeding and those kinds of things to wrap that up. So that one, there's a little bit of striping to be done, but that one's the week of the 24th. Towards the end of that week, we should be done with that project. So that's the schedule at this point. So
Okay.
any questions you might have?
Questions? Concerns? Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Keith.
thank you very much.
8B, sales tax question. That's yours, Dave.
It's me, yes. I want to make sure that it stays in the public eye and doesn't get lost in the shuffle this time around, so where are we at?
So the sales tax question, I actually approved the ballot yesterday because they have to send it in for proofing, so then make sure the ballot is all corrected, so that's well underway. I also have a request into the Minnesota Department of Revenue to update the potential revenue stream that we could receive, because we felt that that would be helpful for us too, as we go out and talk to groups about the project. So then my next step was to get volunteers, right here, volunteers, to help go to some of the different community meetings to do some outreach. And then I'll also be able to utilize the Chamber of Commerce and some of those other groups to do that. But we're also, they changed the law a little bit, so now we will be able to put some things in the paper, and then we'll also push out on Facebook and the website and some of those other things. So you're right, it should have been on the agenda. You shouldn't have had to add it tonight. Then we should have had this discussion to update you where we're at with that. We really do feel it's important for us to meet our obligations for the Highway 71 project, mostly for this, because not only would it help with the water sewer side because of your rates, but also the tax side from the city for covering our costs of that project. So infrastructure under that highway is going to be quite expensive, as well as our share of the road service. MnDOT covers the middle 24 feet. The rest of it is us. And so I know the council has talked about this before, and they feel that that's important for us to help meet that obligation and to help share the cost with others that use the main drag of town that are not taxpayers within the city, that can help spread the cost a little bit and yet lessen it to our own taxpayers. So we'll be probably, as soon as I get that information from the Department of Revenue, which I was hoping would be back by now, then I'll get that out to you right away. And then we also had some talking points to help you answer questions as people ask it. And then I do have a list of various meetings and when they're held, and I'll be asking for volunteers to go to those meetings, if you will. So that's kind of where we're at in the planning stages of it. Probably hadn't involved you so much at this point. I'm more kind of prepping for it. But people are starting to think about elections. Ads are starting to be on TV. So now's the time for us to do it.
Okay.
The next 2 months for those type of meetings are going to be vital. Try and get that word out, so. Okay, we have no new business. And now brings us to our consent agenda. We have a schedule of claims, unpaid claims of $308,779.69, paid claims of $43.41, for a total of $308,823.10. We have resolution number 2018-72, accepting contributions of $200.23 from the men's card playing group to be allocated to the senior center, $10,000 from the Fire Relief Association for the fire department, $100 from Michael and Nancy Knoll for the police department, $200 from Minnesota National Bank to be allocated to the police department, $50 from Minnesota National Bank for the dog park, and $654.33 from anonymous donators to be allocated toward the dog park. On behalf of the city, we want to thank those people for their contributions. Pam Borgman, representing the car show and concert on September 15th, 2018, has requested an approval of a road closure for Park Road. And Community Connections of Sauk Center has submitted an application and permit for a one-day temporary on-sale liquor license for a fall demo derby at the Stearns County Fairgrounds on October 13th, 2018. The fee and the certificate of insurance are provided. Is there any questions on the consent calendar? Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Heidi. Any last minute comments? Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. Informational items.
Just a couple informational items. The car show that you just talked about, I did include that in there, the car show and the live wire that's going to be in the concert on September 15th. And then you have your minutes from the safety committee are also attached for your review.
And scrap cleanup day.
Yep. And then scrap metal cleanup day is September 15th. So that's coming up real quick here. And that just goes till noon or 1 o'clock? Just goes till noon.
noon.
Yeah,
Till noon.
8 till noon now. So some people are starting to get a little later. Want to make sure everybody knows 8 to noon. And
I have to ask a question on that, Vicki. For Keith, did they take RV refrigerator?
you can try it.
I had to try it.
Somebody has to
I saw it
ask.
coming.
Okay, any other questions on the informational?
Just one more thing to add. As I said earlier, it's been 100 years since the utility was formed. We will be celebrating on the last Friday in September, the 28th, at about noon. Everybody's welcome to come down for lunch and
Yep,
help us celebrate.
I seen that on the bill.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, any others? That brings us to the end of our agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4 in favor, none against. Meeting adjourned.